a lot of people don't really know what I do, which is fair.
So let me get you up to speed. I graduated college last May with a degree in musicology, and since graduating, I have been on a gap year, which has consisted largely of traveling around with my boyfriend and my friends, going to work events, working at not one but two music magazines, writing my Substack, prepping for grad school, writing a book, keeping up with my hobbies like going to the gym, making music, and I recently decided to start making my own zine. So now that you know all of that, let's get into the video.
When I first kind of started doing social media stuff, my TikTok was for work stuff, study stuff, school, musicology, and my YouTube was for like parties and social. And now I kind of want to bridge the gap between those two things, and I wanted to make a work-related YouTube video. I also, sometime this summer, want to do a like musicology / my career Q&A video. So if you have any questions, tell me, text me, message me, comment, whatever. Today, I literally wanted to just go through and show you basically everything that I do on a typical work day. Today, though, we actually have a bit of a shorter day because I am going out tonight. But other than that, I am going to take you through like 6 or 7 hours of work. So it's just barely 9 a.m. I had breakfast, got ready, and then I just sat down and spent a while going through all of my emails and making my to-do list for the day. Usually every single morning I will read through all of the emails that I've gotten in the past like 24 hours and decide what I can discard and what I actually want to work with, because I get sent a ton of stuff and I don't have to take all of it. So usually in the morning I like listen through, read through, and decide what I actually want to work with. Now that that's done, I think I am going to start on some publication emails for an article that I have coming up. I have to send 2 different emails for that. So that is my first priority. Okay, so it's been like an hour. I sent those emails. Now I need to send an email to schedule another meeting, but I need to read some more articles first. So this is probably gonna take me like a whole other hour. Okay, I am back. I have changed. After doing 2 straight hours of emails this morning, I went to the gym, came back and took my lunch break, and then I just spent like an hour doing phone calls, and now I am doing some grad school prep. So I have to fill out a ton of like financial forms and stuff, so this is my main grad school centric objective for the day. Most days I have one, or I at least have like a couple things that I need to tackle each week to prep for grad school. So this week, this is the big one.
And that was about all that I managed to get done before our Wednesday night coffee and dinner outing. So on Tuesday, I did my usual of going through all of my emails, reading musicology articles. I try to read at least one musicology article every day, and doing like planning and to-do list making over coffee. And then once I was done at the cafe, I changed locations, donated some books on my way, and went to the library. I also study French, so I think you can see me studying some French here, and I also worked on some job applications and worked on an interview, I think. I had a bunch of interviews going on this week, so I always have to write and go over all of my questions beforehand. And then after work, I just went home, lit a candle, got myself a cup of tea, and read my book for a while. I am always in the middle of like 3 books at once. And then I think what I'm doing here is just editing my book. I went through a couple chapters on this night. Wednesday, I had an interview in the morning, so I spent the morning going over my questions, and then I had that interview. It was like an hour-long interview, and then again, as I do every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I went to the gym and then took my lunch break, and then I had my therapy appointment in the afternoon. Thursday was another very busy work day. I had an interview in the morning for a film score, so I had to spend the entire morning going through my questions but also watching the whole film, and then I had that interview, and then I switched locations, did a lunch break, and then I had to transcribe my interview from the day before. And in the afternoon, I met up with Brody. We got coffee and caught up for a while, and then we just walked around, did some shopping, looked at crystals, and then it was time to head home. I got home from work and from hanging out with Brody, and now I am just working from my desk at home. Currently, I am finishing up some job applications, trying to get some stuff together for this summer and for my grad school as well. After all my work was done, I think I actually started editing this video, and then I got myself a glass of wine and watched a movie to end my night. Friday, here I am again doing my thing in the morning from a cafe, going through all of my emails. I sent a ton of emails this morning, reading articles and transcribing my interview from the day before. I also had an article go up this morning. Good morning, happy Friday. I just did the laundry and the dishes while I finished my audiobook, but I'm about to walk to the gym again and then have lunch, and hopefully I'll have time for like a couple emails or something before I have to head out. We're seeing Backrooms and then going to dinner. So that's the plan. So most of my work tonight will have to get done at night once I get back, but that's okay. So after the gym, like I said, we got coffee, went to dinner, saw Backrooms, and then I also have just a little bit of footage from the weekend. After that, on Saturday, I had a meeting where I finalized my apartment and my roommate and everything for when I moved to Canada, which was really exciting, and we celebrated that by, again, getting dinner, and we went to go see John Mulaney. And then I ended my week on Sunday by seeing a show with my friends, and that was my week.